You are listening to the award-winning WHCM 88.3 FM Harper Radio, broadcasting live from Harper College campus in Palatine, Illinois. It has been a while. Welcome to Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina. Okay, just making sure I can hear myself. Quick reminder, the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees.
You made it through. Good job.
Well, I'm a little shaky over here.
Should I try the last part? The thoughts and ideas.
I just did it.
You did? Oh. Yeah, it's going to be one of those nights.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
A red button.
I did.
Okay.
I remembered at the very last second, and I was like,
Yay, I'm the smartest woman alive.
yes, that's how I felt. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, we're back. Again, you're listening to Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina. You can find us on YouTube Live. We are live there.
Yes, just look for the Harper Radio channel and look for the live, and you can watch us right now. So if you don't want to just stream us on harperradio.com or tune it at 88.3 FM, you can go to YouTube, Harper Radio, and you can also catch our past episodes on there as well.
There you go. So speaking about our past episodes, I forgot how I was going to tie that in, but it was going to be really good in my brain.
It's going to be good.
It was so good in my head. You can oh, there we go. You can stream our previous episodes there, but no, I lost it. I was going to say, speaking of streaming, what have you been watching?
Oh, that's good. Very good
tried.
transition. That was, yeah.
It didn't work out.
What have I been watching? I watched a really interesting movie, and actually I wanted to see if you'd watched it. White Noise on Netflix with Adam Driver.
No, but I almost watched it last night.
It is a trip. You need to watch it, I think, with your brother Deegan.
Oh,
because if he hasn't seen it, I know he's going to want to talk about it.
Okay.
I feel like it is a movie that's trying to be more like an art house movie, but it truly depicts like life in the mid 80s. But it's a sci-fi element because there's this cloud and then everyone's nervous about the cloud. So it's probably some deep commentary on life that I'm missing. But there was aspects of it that were just really funny. And it's also kind of making fun of academia because they're like college professors who eat lunch with those robes. You know, the robes they wear when they graduate, they're all eating lunch with them, and they're having these conversations as though it's the most profound conversation you could have. So I thought that was really interesting.
That's amazing. That's on Netflix, right?
That's on Netflix,
okay.
yeah.
I thought we were trying to find something to watch last night, and I scrolled right past it as I throw my notes across the room.
I will say even though it took me a couple times to finish it, that was just because of time. I never wanted to walk away and forget about it, though, which is saying something, because there's many movies that I start and never get back to.
Oh, yeah. Same.
What have you been up to? What have you been watching?
All right. This is my list.
You have that's just what you've been watching?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's been a couple weeks too.
It has been a couple weeks. One of my favorite things that I've watched has been Emily the Criminal. It actually made Barack Obama's top movies of the year.
Really?
Because he makes lists of the movies, music, and books, and he posts them on Instagram. And I always read through them because I think it's the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, oh my god, he listens to that song. I listen to that song. That's so cool. And Emily the Criminal was on it, and that's starring Aubrey Plaza, so like it's gonna be really good.
Yes.
It's on Netflix, and it's basically about credit card fraud.
Yeah, I saw it too.
You did?
In fact, I wrote it down because I'm like, I did see that.
Yeah.
I should put it down. But it's also about how hard it is to get a chance
Yes.
when you've screwed up, even though how she screwed up wasn't necessarily her fault.
Right.
And how she couldn't get. It was almost like society like pushes you into a criminal life. It's like, oh, we've deemed at 16 years old or 20 years old, however she was when this incident happened.
Right.
There was a couple, I think.
Yeah.
So when she had this one interview, they did a background check on her, and they're like,
Yep.
tell me what happened. It's like,
Which is why it's in the past.
Right.
She already got punished for it. It's on her permanent record. Leave her alone.
yeah, yeah. And no one would give her a chance, and so that's what she became good at.
Mm-hmm.
And she did become good at it after she messed up a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was really good. I love Aubrey Plaza,
Mhm.
like in general, just as a person, and pretty much everything she's in. So
Isn't she in the current season of White Lotus?
yes,
is.
she is.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I thought she was in it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. My brother was just like, just watch the second season because Aubrey Plaza's in it. So
Yeah, I
was like,
think
okay.
even though it's the setting is probably similar, different hotels, but the same chain.
Yeah.
I don't think missing the first one's gonna.
Yeah,
You're not
that's-
missing out on anything if you miss the first season of White Lotus.
And I will watch it for Aubrey Plaza. What else have you been watching?
I just finished a series called Kindred on Hulu.
Okay.
So it's a book by Octavia Spencer, I think. Yes, the actress.
yeah.
And it's about an African American woman, and in the book she's married to a white male. And yes, this matters for. I have to tell you
Okay,
this
yeah,
part.
yeah,
It
yeah.
really is. It has the storyline. So and in the book she's married to him, but in the series she just met him, this white man.
Okay.
Anyway, she starts going back to the 1800s when her forefathers were slaves.
wow.
And time is different, so how long you're there doesn't measure to how long you're here.
Mhm.
And she believes that she needs to keep going back in order to make sure someone lives so that she gets born. Like she believes there's actually a purpose to all this.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like Russian Doll. I mean, very different, but
Yes.
isn't that why she kept?
Yeah, she had to fix something, but this
Yeah.
is like fixing so she becomes born.
Wow.
Yeah, so it is very interesting, very compelling. I'm
Mhm.
hoping there's a season 2. So far, it ends on 8 episodes, and I won't. No spoilers. I will not say what happens, but I'm stressed out
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
I'm not stressed out like I am with Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh my God.
Where Florence Pugh is still chained to a bed, and it's
Oh.
hard for me to get past that. But it is definitely very compelling, worth watching. It is different from the book if you have read the book. I will say it's one of those things, too, where I didn't stream it all at once because I kept getting really frustrated because
Yeah.
it's like, why do you keep messing with things when this is slavery? Like, you
Right.
can't mess. But it was also really made you see how not the same level, again, not at all,
Mhm.
but how that white man was also kind of limited to what he could do. He couldn't have his own opinions because he had to conform to not get anybody else in trouble. The slaves in
Right.
trouble and everything like that.
Okay. That's really interesting. I didn't know she wrote a book.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I just
Yeah.
wrote down Octavia Spencer book because I'm gonna have to look into that.
We've actually got lots of chat here
Do we?
so far. Yeah, Erica, our general
Oh,
manager,
hi, Erica.
is watching. Hello, Erica. And it looks like she watched Wednesday. She still needs to
Okay.
finish it. And she started watching Ginny and Georgie, which just came out on Netflix. Yeah, so
Ashley and I watched the first episode
Oh,
of
yeah?
that, and I will be continuing it because it was very interesting.
Yeah, it's good. I watched the first season last year, so
Yeah.
I'm interested in watching that.
I also watched 4 episodes into Wednesday, I think.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
Wednesday is so good. Anything else you've been watching?
This might surprise you, and I might get yelled at. I don't know what your feelings are on this.
Okay.
But it's one of those movies that like everyone has seen that I have not seen that I finally saw, and I was like very confused. I finally watched Die Hard.
I have no words. Yay! Yay! So what did you think of Die Hard, the movie that's probably 4 times as old as you?
I thought it was good because it's always the. Sorry, I got excited with my lightsaber. It's always the debate, like, is it a Christmas movie?
Mm-hmm.
And so before Christmas, we all watched it, and even my family was like, "Wait, you've never seen this movie before?" No.
No.
It was good.
It's good. I do like the movie. It is. I can watch 1 and 3 multiple times.
There's more than one Die Hard?
Oh, there's like 5.
Is it Die Harder?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. One of them is Die Harder. It's like Die Hard, then Die Harder. The second one, I don't like the second one. The third one, it's with Samuel L. Jackson. I really
Okay.
like that one. It's called something else. I can't remember what that's called.
Die Harder. I just made that up.
Our producer Megan just said, "Did Nina just say Die Hard?" Yes, she did, Megan. She's
Yeah.
finally seen it. Erica hasn't seen it yet either. But yeah, the third one's good, and then 4, 5, it's just ridiculous. But the third
So
one's
many of
really
them.
good. Yeah, Die Hard
like
with a
s-
Vengeance. That's the third one. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
That's so funny.
I'm actually trying to watch the second movie.
Hmm.
Long tie-in for anyone who's keeping score on our show in any way. I saw Violent Night a couple weeks ago,
Yes.
and John Leguizamo, which I've just totally butchered his name, was in it. And then I was reading about all the tie-ins, and one of the tie-ins to other Christmas movies, because like if you see Violent Night, there's tie-ins to Home Alone. I was thinking this.
Yeah.
Home Alone, there's tie-ins to Die Hard.
Okay.
And there's even actors who were from those movies. One of the actors from Christmas Vacation
Oh,
was
nice,
in it.
nice.
Yeah. So I figured, he's in Die Hard too. I should watch it. I haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah, I've like started and stopped it like 3 times. And it's just like I'm so bored. I really can't stand it. It's just
amazing.
not good.
Oh my god.
But I'm trying.
All right, that's what counts, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, we will be right back after a quick break. Stay tuned to WHCM for Streaming Verse. I got it. Don't you worry.
There, early bird, have you heard the news? Carson Starr here. The Star Spotlight is now on 7 days a week.
Monday, Tuesday.
60 minutes of commercial-free music to get your day started right. The Star Spotlight, every day at 6 a.m. here on Harper Radio.
You get their prescriptions, make their lunch, and call the doctor. You try to give them every minute you possibly can. But do you try to take a minute for yourself? When you help care for a loved one, you work hard to make sure they're safe and comfortable. But it's just as important to find some time to care for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. Again, that's aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina. Quick reminder before we get started, the thoughts and ideas presented on this show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees.
I had to drink my water.
I left mine in my bag. It's so far
Oh,
away.
no. Yeah, and plus 2, just getting back, trying to figure out everything that's going on is hard enough over there.
Yep.
I got really lucky this week because Nina wasn't here the last show we had, so I was over in the hot seat, so it's her turn this time.
Yep.
Megan has a question for you.
Oh,
Congratulations on watching Die Hard.
thank you.
But the question is do you think it's a Christmas movie?
Sure. But I think Frozen's a Christmas movie, so
Yeah. I actually think Die Hard's more of a Christmas movie than Frozen.
yeah, I would agree to that.
Yeah.
Because there's Christmas trees and
It's Christmas. There's a Christmas party.
right, yeah.
And they play some of the very first like hip hop rap Christmas songs in that one,
Okay.
in that movie.
Got it.
You know, in a mainstream movie anyway.
Right. All right.
The Christmas song is now going through my head, so
Got it.
I'm dancing to it.
All right. So we were going to talk about movie theaters versus watching it at home.
Yes.
Yes, that was not a good intro. I'm sorry.
No, that was good. So we're going to dive in. So I've decided that being on this radio show is actually making me smarter and think in college terms, which I probably am thinking more of that because of seeing White Noise, which is all the academia speak and stuff.
Right.
So I was not just thinking about, home versus theater. We're going to dive in deep on that tonight. It's also when you decide to watch a movie in the theater, you're committing to it for the
Yeah.
most part. I mean, most people don't walk out.
No.
I've wanted to, but I haven't just because I'm like, I paid for it. I'm
Right.
staying. But at home, you'll start it, and go, I really want to see this. I really want to see this. And 20 minutes in, you're like, yeah, I'm going to do the dishes. It doesn't mean you don't want to watch it anymore.
Right.
It just means you haven't made that time commitment.
Yeah.
So that's one aspect of this conversation. But
Right.
the other one is, and this is really what I wanted to talk about, with you and ask you this. So what's a movie that you've watched at home and in the theater? Have you seen any both, like Dune?
Yeah, I haven't seen that at all. Sorry. I'm so glad the camera was on you for that. Like Black Widow.
Okay,
Most
Black
of the
Widow.
Marvel movies, yeah.
So, and I'm not going to ask where you saw it first because just in general, this is the question though.
Mhm.
Do you think you're getting more of an emotional catharsis from watching in the theater or at home?
That's a very good question. I think with Black Widow, that's tricky because I was an emotional disaster for that one. I think this is so stupid. The difference for me was when I was at home crying about it,
Mm-hmm.
my cats were on my lap and comforting me.
Yeah,
So then I felt like I could be a little more like outrageously emotional about it because I'm at home. I was watching it by myself.
that is true.
Who's gonna judge me? No one.
That is one aspect I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
So that's a positive, not positive, but I think it means you're getting more out of your cinematic experience then.
I mean, and I
from
also
that.
yell at the TV. you
Right.
know, but that's. But definitely at the theaters, it's like you can't move, so it's just you're stuck in it no matter what. You can't pause it to
Right.
process.
Because I've noticed that I do that
Mhm.
with things that have been scary. I think that's why,
Mhm.
like with things like Wednesday and things like Kindred that I was just talking about,
Yeah.
because I was getting so frustrated the character,
Yep.
like in Kindred, I could stop it and walk away. I
Yep.
didn't have to go walk through that emotion.
Right.
I just got to go, nope, we're done. It's time for a snack or whatever I did. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But if you're in the movie theater watching it, you're committed to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that watching The Menu. Because there
Yeah.
was times where if I was watching that at home, it would have been paused
Yeah.
and I would have been like, let's start a load of laundry. And as I was thinking about that, I was thinking, do I do that on purpose to
Mhm.
take a break from whatever emotional turmoil is going on in me right now?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you saw me because I was being ridiculous, but I can't sit still for very long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the radio, like this, sitting down in a spiral chair is kind of killing me right now. Because I
It's
need
hard
to be
not to want to
moving.
move the
Yeah,
chair
I just wanna,
around.
like,
and
whee! But I was clutching my coat for dear life, and I realized halfway through the movie that it was like tangled around my legs, and I was like engaging every muscle in my body to hold on to this coat. And it's not because I was really that freaked out.
Right.
There were moments where I was like, did that just happen? But I was like, wait, what am I doing? Like, I'm just like automatically.
Yeah, tensing up
Yeah.
or yeah. It's I think, but and then of course the question is which do you prefer? Does it depend on what you see? Does it? If you had, just we can keep talking about this, but in general,
Yeah.
I'm asking that like, seeing as how at home you have your kitty cats,
Oh my God.
and
I
like you
know.
said, you can cry because at home I will cry.
Oh yeah.
But in the
I
theater,
find
I'm like,
theater,
nope,
too.
nope, look at the ceiling. Nope, not
Really?
crying. Do you know if you look at the ceiling, you won't cry?
Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
Amelia Shepherd said that in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. It doesn't work really well for me, but I try. But see, the issue with that is I have no pride whatsoever, so I'll cry anywhere. I don't care.
Oh, okay. I just don't like how I look after I cry.
Oh, I don't either. I look like I've been through it.
Well, it's good for you then. So it doesn't impact you either way then when it comes to the crying aspect.
No, I
like
really
you
don't
having
care.
an emotional response. You're fine with having your full emotional response at a theater.
You should see me at concerts. I just don't care. I don't know. But then again, at home, maybe I'm more likely to not cry at home if I'm watching it with my family. Because if it's one of those cute family movies,
Mhm.
that the end is so cute, I'm like, I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah.
Because calling out my dad because he's not listening because he's not at home. But he cries at everything, happy things. He's crying. I'm like, dude, get it together, man. It's not sad. So, I mean, I cry at everything too, but it's kind of outrageous what he cries at. So I'm kind of I'm better than you. I didn't cry.
I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I'm going to share this with you before I read what's happening on the boards over here on our Harper Radio channel
Oh no, watch my
on
dad is
YouTube
listening.
Live. I don't see him yet.
Okay.
Has your family ever watched Prancer?
No, because I refused.
Why?
I got it as a gift, like a Secret Santa thing, and it looks sad, so I refused to watch it.
Okay, first of all, Prancer lives.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
No, it is sad. My brother would bawl watching that movie, and I'm talking when he's in his 20s.
Yeah,
It will make you cry,
I have a
but
list.
Prancer lives. Just so
That's good information to have because I always use the website Does the Dog Die? Because people I can handle, but if it's an animal, I can't handle it, and it's so ridiculous
true.
because I make myself sound like a psychopath when I'm saying that, but I can't handle it.
Yeah. No, I get that. Let's check in to see what's happening over here on YouTube Live, our Harper Radio channel. Erica once screamed in the theater, so she gets the conversation about,
Yeah.
what you will and won't do. What is it? Erica says, it's funny you say that because she started watching the Pirates of the Caribbean again and kept pausing it to take a break. Whereas in the theater, so she's thinking about that. Someone just deleted a message, I think. No, seriously, it's gone. Oh, now it's back. Someone said I used to hide my emotions in the theater. And when we were home with the pandemic, got used to showing more emotions.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Megan, that's good. But going back into the theater, started showing emotion and could care less about the public now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice too when you were wearing masks in theaters because I kept my mask on in the theater well after they were take it
Yeah.
off because you're sitting in one spot for so long.
Right.
But it was nice because I get really puffy around my eyes, so I just pull the mask up and it would catch my tears like a little. It was so ridiculous. Oh my god. I'm throwing things because I saw Spider-Man: No Way Home in theaters.
I was crying.
That was so brutal.
I was crying.
I was crying so much. That one was rough.
Yeah. One of the other things that I was thinking about, you can't rewind. I
Right.
rewind way too much.
Yeah.
And I also always have closed captions
I
on.
was just gonna write that down. Subtitles. That's what kills me.
I love subtitles
Me too.
all the time, and so especially when they're mumbling or something's going on in the background. They actually do play some movies with closed captions, and I've
Yeah?
considered going in to see those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you are looking for movies, like I know with AMC, like there's digital, there's closed caption movies, so there's certain ones you could, and part of me
Oh
is
my
like,
gosh.
maybe I should go try that out.
I would love that because I find that I don't understand the movie completely if I don't have subtitles on. Because my mind just goes elsewhere if I'm not having something to read and, okay, this is the dialogue.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, but that's another thing. I think that's from being able to stream everything now.
Yeah.
Like, even back in my day, it was live TV. We couldn't record stuff as kids. So you had to watch it then. And, you've probably heard this before, and everybody else listening, we used to be a thing, and yes, this is real, that during the commercial break, one person ended up staying there of your family. Everyone else got food, went to the bathroom, and then when that last commercial's over, and you'd scream it, and everyone would run back into the room. Really makes me think like that was more of a community event now. Now
Right.
streaming is an individual event versus like the movie theater where it's a group cathartic event. It makes me wonder like if anyone's written a college paper on this.
Oh, I'm
Like
sure.
on what it's going the impact to society, the impact to how we view things. Right now we do have a Twitter poll out and it's 50-50 on which people prefer.
Yes. I don't know if that's the final question, right? Do you prefer watching it at the
Right.
theater?
Yes. So
But it totally depends on the movie.
it depends is the answer.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of sad. Okay, I'm so just exposing myself right now, but I don't care. Like, I watch a lot of sad movies. I listen to a lot of sad music just because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know why. I just like it. But, you can check us out on IMDb. I have a tearjerker movie list if you're interested. But like just the idea of like on a rainy day, like curling up in bed with my cats and watching a sad movie, that sounds like heaven.
Aw. Oh,
I don't know why. And
Right.
it never, pans out like that. 'Cause like, it's like, it doesn't exist.
Right. Yeah.
But
Things happen.
yeah. But I think too, because at home you can be so much more comfortable than you can in a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I know if there's not reclining seats, this is such a snobby thing to say, but I like lose my mind because I move around so much. I need like so many different positions that I
Yeah.
can get in.
IMAX is a bummer for that reason
I
alone.
know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Avatar, which was like 3 hours in IMAX, and I was ready
And
to.
you're in this chair.
And
you're-
I was gonna lose my mind.
do we want to take a quick break and then come back
Yes.
to this topic and we can keep continuing?
Yes, thank you for the reminder. Stay tuned to WHCM for more Streaming Verse.
WHCM wishes you a very happy holiday season. In observance of the season, our station will be closed until January 17th, 2023.
But even while we're away, you'll be sure to hear new shows and new music at their regularly scheduled times.
So stay tuned. And thank you for listening to 88.3 WHCM, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees.
We'll see you in 2023. Happy holidays!
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Shut the door! Who are they calling? Young whippersnappers. Don't have to make all that fuss about it.
It's official. The Drone Technology and Applications Certificate Program at Harper College has been chosen for the Federal Aviation Administration's Unmanned Aircraft Systems Collegiate Training Initiative. What does that mean? This program allows students to learn how to properly fly drones through online and in-person courses. Begin your journey to receiving your certificate today by signing up for classes at Harper College. Yes, I did say you could get college credit for flying drones.
It froze, okay?
Oh,
That's
that's scary. That's very scary. Yeah.
All right. You You are listening to the award-winning WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. You're listening to Streaming Verse. The thoughts and ideas presented on this show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees.
Yes.
Boom.
Good job. A couple comments. One, that very last one on our little holiday clip.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to make all that fuss about it. That's from It's a Wonderful Life. I just thought I'd share that with you. It's sad that I know the quote just by hearing that little, 2-second thing. So Megan, our producer, wrote, because she is managing our YouTube live page, just go to the Harper Radio channel and watch us live right now. And she actually says she did write a paper about movies.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But she has a really good question.
Okay.
How does she I'm going to read it how she wrote it.
Okay.
How does one feel when you see a movie in the theaters, but then it streams a month later?
Okay.
So do you want me to answer it, or are you going to answer it?
Well, I have you could...
What? I was reading it to you, but it looked like your hand gesture looked like you were throwing it to me.
Oh, I was raising my hand. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was pointing to you because we just saw The Menu in theaters.
Yes.
The day before it went on HBO Max.
Right. And honestly, I mean, I think I do have, in all fairness, I do have that subscription where I pay X dollars a month, and as long as I see 3 movies a month, I feel like I'm getting my money's worth.
Right.
But that said, it doesn't bother me, but I do pay attention to that. So for some movies, if it's an iffy, I don't really know if I want to see it, but maybe I will wait.
Oh, yeah.
But in general, I look at movies as I'm not thinking about doing my laundry when I go to the movie. I'm not, because when you're home, this is a study someone did, especially for women, because women, at least at one point, and I think unfortunately still many people see women this way, that when you're home, like, you're the one responsible for the house. So you're the one doing laundry. You're the one doing the dishes, making dinner. And that's not always the case. It's a huge generality. But it does hold true, though, that when I'm watching something at home, part of my brain is still going, but I have 3 loads of laundry to do. But I have dishes to do. But I have to feed the cats. I have to scoop the cat litter.
Yep.
Versus in the movie theater, because you can't do it, I don't think about it. So actually, really, it's a mini vacation to me.
Yeah, I can see that. And then you get out of the movie theater and you feel terrible because it's already dark out and you got there at noon. Do. And you're like, I just wasted my entire life. I'm never getting this tape back. What am I doing?
But you suspended it for 3 hours, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
true.
right. But that does come in, because I think the same thing. Like, if you go to a movie at 4 o'clock, especially now, you're coming out and it's dark. And you should have done homework. And you should have done X, Y, and Z. And the cats were supposed to be fed 2 hours ago, but you picked this time to go see a movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I'm like, well,
it's too late now. I'm tired.
Yeah. Nothing's going to happen. Oh my gosh. Okay.
We got bots in our YouTube
really?
page. We got a bot.
For bots?
We got a bot. Yep. We're that awesome.
Oh yeah.
We got bots. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't know who this is. Back Marker Racing? Yippee-ki-yay. You finally mentioned a movie I've heard of. Making a list of your faves so I can be hip and trendy someday. Who are you?
Wait, is that Jeff? If your name is Jeff, comment something. I don't know. That's my uncle.
Ah, okay. I'll let you know.
Yes, I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
We already covered most of them. Okay, so I know we talked about this. I don't know if it was on air, but we did have this conversation about I think we were talking about your son and how he doesn't have a TV. He just streams everything on his laptop.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you stream it at your house? Like, do you do it on the TV or the laptop? Does it depend what you're doing? Or
At home, unless I'm in the kitchen,
mm-hmm.
I'm watching a TV.
Okay.
You know, I mean, because I have, you know, one in the living room. I have one in my bedroom. I don't watch it that much, but I do have a TV in my bedroom. And because I used to have a son who lived with me, I actually have a third screen because he used to have one in his room,
Oh my
too.
gosh.
You know, so I have one in my office. But in
Mhm.
the kitchen, I will use, like, my laptop.
Yeah.
But normally, or my iPad.
Mhm.
But, yeah, at home, I'm all TV. Now on the road, I am very flexible. That's when
Right.
I'm like, it's on my iPad or it's on my phone. Like, when I was, all right. Yes, it is your uncle watching in Oregon.
Oh, hello.
You know, so I have all the apps on my phone.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, you know, when I had some health issues this year and I had to go to the hospital, I had phones loaded and ready. I would even download shows.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, in case there's bad reception, I got something to watch.
There you go.
How about you?
It's funny because I have a TV in my room, but I only really use it at night because if I really want to concentrate on something, it has to be right in front of my face.
Ah.
So I have to I watch most of the stuff on my laptop, even though I watch it on my laptop in front of my TV, which just seems so wrong.
That is interesting.
But it's like, especially if I'm like doing like a craft or something,
Mm-hmm.
like it has to be like right in front of my face. And I don't know if I'm just extremely lazy. Well, yes, but like what are the factors contributing to that? I don't understand why I can't just watch it on the TV. Even last night, I was watching a sitcom,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided, because it's my first time watching it through, oh, well, I can't focus on it on the TV, so I'm just going to watch it on my laptop.
So if you wanted to, let's say, clean your room,
Mm-hmm.
would you have the TV on then? Because then it's just background?
No,
Like if you were rewatching, like Jessica Jones, could you watch that on the big TV? Because you already know what's happening.
Theoretically, I think yes, but normally what happens is I will end up just taking my laptop around with me,
Oh, wow.
which I
That's-
don't know what.
That's interesting.
It's so weird.
You triggered me and made me think of something else. But
Yeah.
first, Mom's ringing in.
Hi, Mom.
You guys, Babylon for sure. It started at 11:30 and it was over by 3 o'clock by the time we got. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
really long. Yeah, so the whole day is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, you feel guilty. But did you
Mhm.
have any guilt when you were watching it in the theater, though? That's the question.
That's a good question.
One of the things I noticed recently, and this was more with a podcast, but I know it would apply to anything. So sometimes I will have the TV on, like news when I'm working
Mhm.
or a talk show, just as background.
Yeah.
But one day I was out on a walk, and so I had my iPods in,
Mm-hmm.
and I came back to work and was just back at work doing work stuff with them in my ears. I couldn't work because they were too close to me. And I was
that makes sense.
too focused on it, and I wasn't thinking about my work stuff, which really made me realize, yeah, I really can work when I have TV on, as long as it's nothing I really want to see, you know. When it's, like I told you, I was rewatching a series I've seen before, so it's just
Mhm.
background. But I can't have the music, the sound in my ears. It has to be separate from me. Otherwise, it is consuming.
Yeah, the same thing happens to me with music, because this last semester, my environmental biology teacher was like, yeah, you can listen to music while you're taking your exam. That's fine. So at the end of each exam, there were like essay questions. And of course, I'm listening to Taylor Swift because, you know, hi.
Yeah.
It's me, I'm the problem. And I'm writing the essay, but then I'm not thinking, and I'm writing down what she's saying, and then I like read it back, and some sentences were literally just Taylor Swift lyrics, and I'm like, I need to change that.
Yeah. But that's interesting, though, that we can hear things away from us and not digest it the same way as if we have the sound right in our ears.
Right.
Yeah, because, I mean, what I'm talking about, similar to you, is just a podcast. It was just audio.
Yeah.
It wasn't a visual aspect of it, and I was more distracted than I am when I just have a TV show on.
Yeah.
You know, an interview or something.
Yeah, that's, oh my gosh. Especially with podcasts with more than one person. I was listening to, it was on a road trip a while ago, but it was, and I can't remember their names right now. Violet from Private Practice, that's her name on the show.
Okay.
But I think her name's Amy in real life.
Amy
Sorry.
Bergman or something like
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yes. She has a podcast, and she had a Private Practice reunion.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like all of them, and they're all talking at once. And so I'm trying to distinguish who is who,
Yeah.
and it like took so much of my mental capacity. And I'm just watching the road, like, thank God I'm not doing anything else right now, because like I wouldn't be able to do anything.
Right. Yeah. It's really interesting how they actually say that's why you have to turn down the radio when you have to make a decision when you're driving, is because
Right.
we truly, as human beings, aren't good at multitasking.
Right, which is so funny because I feel like that's all I do.
I noticed it even when I was a teenager. Like, even as a teenager, when, like, if I had to look for a turn or pay attention, it was like, turn down the radio. And, of
Yeah.
course, the passenger is always like, why? It's like, I can't do both. We have to have it low.
Yeah.
It has to be in the background.
Well, they tell you in driver's ed, they're like, don't listen to the radio when you're learning how to drive. Or that's what they told me.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's lame. So, like, I always listen to the radio. But, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, mine was just like, and I still do it. If it's loud, I have to turn it down, like when
Yeah.
I'm looking for a street, which is so weird, but it's the way our brains work. So it's
So weird.
fascinating. We've got a lot of chat going on here. Why don't we take a quick break?
Sounds good.
And we'll come back and catch up on the chat happening right now on YouTube Live on the Harper Radio channel.
All right, stay tuned.
Do you know what time it is? It's time to turn that dial to Erica's Mixtape, where you'll hear a variety of music such as hard rock, indie rock, and classic rock. You'll also hear a variety of amazing guests every Tuesday, 1 to 3 p.m. here on WHCM 88.3 FM, radio done differently.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and in '09 it was me, your fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when one of my embers landed on dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
We're back.
So many buttons.
Oh my God, it's so overwhelming. It feels like so much longer than, what, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah. I think it's been a month for you, though. Maybe it was like
Probably.
December 13th. Weren't you? I think Megan and I
Yes.
did
Yes.
the show. Yeah. So that's 3. Well, I guess that's only 3 weeks.
It feels like a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. So lots of chat going on. Your uncle's in here
Ooh.
chatting. He actually watched Megan and I when we did the show in your absence that we were just
I
talking
watched it
about.
as well.
When I really dove into how much I dislike Meghan Markle.
And it's funny because I watched the last 4 episodes when I got home because my
Mhm.
mom was watching it.
Oh yeah.
I don't have an opinion. I don't know him enough.
Okay. I didn't know. I was pausing to see if you had an opinion.
No.
But Megan has a comment that I'm
Meghan
going to
Markle? Kidding.
turn into a question for you.
Okay.
Her comment is, let's not forget, if you go to the movies, it's about 20 minutes of previews, gives you time to possibly run a little late to your seat, but then you don't want to miss it, yet the length is too much, which is true. So, I love your shirt. Are you on camera right now?
No.
You've got, this actually ties in
I wouldn't.
with
You
the
can't hear me?
best shirt ever.
I would never want to miss Nicole Kidman at AMC. If I like, that's why I'm going. My brother got me this shirt for Christmas.
It is awesome.
I'm going to come in here and recite the entire thing that she says one week.
Oh, good. Like the whole, you're listening to WHCM and then finish it with
her. Even heartbreak feels good in a place like this, where heroes are the best part of us. Sorry, go ahead.
No. So, the question is that I'm turning your comment. So, personally, sometimes I like running late because I don't want to see the previews. Sometimes I really want to see the previews. What do you prefer? Do you want to see the previews or do you not care if you miss previews?
I personally don't care, but I go to the movies with my brother, who is a movie snob. So we get there early. Like what Marissa Menounos, I think, is still talking about Newbie.
Oh, yeah.
I think I missaid every single word that I just tried to say, but...
Yeah, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
I
and
cannot handle that part of it.
Download the app and play the game on yeah.
Megan loves your shirt, by the way.
Thanks, Megan. It's my favorite.
And for those listening on the radio on air, her shirt says, somehow heartbreak feels good in a place like this. And if
Nicole
you've
Kidman.
ever seen a movie at AMC, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think I'm 50-50. I used to love the previews, but I'm not as much into them now. So if I miss them, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But have you noticed that the longer a movie's in the theater, though, and the smaller the theater it's in, the shorter the previews are? Because I've done that where, the movie starts at 2:20, I've got 20 minutes, I'll be fine. And then I show up like at 2:40, it's like,
Really?
Yeah, because they only have like 10 minutes of previews. Because it's been, I don't know if it's because it's been out so long or what, but some are shorter. One of the things about Nicole Kidman, though, in AMC that I would like to make a comment on, and if I really cared, I'd write AMC and tell them this. The way they film that, why can't they put in another movie besides Wonder Woman? Why can't they put another movie in? You know what I mean? Put in a more current backdrop.
Oh, they can. I'm sure they can.
I know. I'm so sick of seeing Wonder Woman. you know what I'm talking about? That's literally that scene. And then the Jurassic Park one. Put in something newer.
Yeah.
You have the technology. You have the money. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not saying get rid of Nicole.
No, do not get rid of Nicole.
I'm just saying get rid of update it.
I will never go to the movies again if you get rid of Nicole. I swear, I have like a standing ovation moment every time, and my brother like turtles back into his shell. He's so embarrassed, and I'm just like, yeah. And there's been times where other people in the theaters have started clapping just because I'm clapping, and it's like mob mentality. And then I feel so good about myself. I'll like stand up and be like, yeah. And my brother's like, oh my God. Like, he's like, I'm not related to her. I have no idea who she is. And it's the best moment of my life. So that's why he got me the shirt, because I'm so embarrassing.
You did clap this week too, when we saw the menu.
Course.
You were like, yes.
I love Nicole Kidman.
Your mother believes that it's Maria.
It is Maria Menounos.
Yep, you are correct there.
Thanks, Mom.
And Megan says she needs that shirt that you have.
My brother said, and this is so sad to me, he was trying to find me a Nicole Kidman shirt, which I think was so thoughtful and hilarious. But he said all the ones that he saw were just like people making fun of her for it. And I was like, no. And he's like, but you don't make fun of her. You genuinely love it. And I'm like, yeah. So I don't know where he got it, but I have worn it. My brother and I saw 2 movies after Christmas, and I was forced to wear it to both.
Okay. Yeah.
It is my uniform for seeing movies now.
This is what I wear. That's how people know what you've done. Oh, you saw a movie today? You're going to go see one? Yes, I am. I'm wearing the shirt.
I know. And that's why I didn't wear it when we saw the menu, because I was saving it for today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good call. Yeah, I do like that. That is awesome. That is awesome. I thought I had another question. We were talking about seeing the movie in the theater.
Yeah.
I had a fire alarm I saw another
Yes.
movie, and there was a fire alarm. It was not some kid pulling it. It was not a huge disaster because we got to go back in, but it was weird. It was really, truly a moment of, really? Are we leaving? And we all had to walk out of a theater. We all went outside, and then it was because it was just a small malfunction. We got to go back in, but had to wait for the fire department to reset it.
But what movie were you seeing?
I was seeing Violent Night, and I was watching previews, and I thought it was an interactive preview because we're watching this scary movie where it's really dark and grainy, and then all of a sudden the fire, light warning. What is that called? The fire alarm. The fire alarm started flashing, and but it seemed like something that would be part of that movie. So I'm like, are we getting interactive now on our previews? Which we should. Like they need to start blowing confetti or something.
Oh yeah, at the end of
previews
movies
or something, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's like, I think Disney might do that. Don't they have like one of those viewing rooms where it's like 3D experience? I might be thinking of another place.
Idea.
But where they use like they blow wind and throw bubbles out, like
Muppet Vision 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like all of their, if you're like gonna watch like a short film or whatever, they always do that. Yeah.
So it's interactive that way.
Yeah. I mean, if you shoot bubbles at me, I'm gonna be your best friend. Are you kidding?
I got bubbles for the cats. They have catnip bubbles, by the way.
Wait, I saw that online and I wanted to get it for them so bad, but it was really for me.
Yeah, I got them before the snowstorm. You know when it was supposed to get,
Yeah.
I figured in case it did get really bad, and if I was stuck inside, I'd have something to do. Exactly, it's for me. It was at Woodman's.
Oh
so
my
they had the
gosh.
catnip bubbles, and I was blowing them for the cats, and they were just like, what is that? And I'm like, good thing I'm not teaching them object permanence, because they would totally be blown out. Like, what is happening? It's going away.
So funny. Oh my gosh.
Too bad we can't have bubbles in here.
I know,
That would be
right?
a big no-no, I think.
We would be out of control even if it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, these.
Someone would purchase a machine.
Have you. Okay. This is way off topic. Not really. It has to do with bubbles and it's us, so it's always off topic. Someone got this like mega bubble gun and it like they dipped it in this tray and I swear to God it was like this is a strange way of explaining it, but like when a hose, like you can see the water and like there's a lot of it, so it's kind of like white.
Yeah.
It was like that, but with bubbles, and it was just like insanity. And I was like, I need to buy this.
Yeah.
It brought me way too much joy.
Yeah, I've seen those things where it's really big and they have to go slowly because it's so big. You have to make sure you capture not super slowly, but
the big bubbles you're talking about.
I'm talking about like just the wand.
Yeah, the big one. No. This had like a bunch of like little ones.
Oh.
I will find the video because it was streaming on TikTok.
See, it does apply.
It definitely applies, and I will send it to you because I saw it and I was like, yes, I want it in my life.
All right, well, we will be back next week. Yes. You want to listen to Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Make sure you tune in. And again, you can always check all of our previous shows on YouTube Live, although it won't be live, the Harper Radio channel here at Harper College.
Thank you all for listening and enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.